One of R. Kelly's former live-in girlfriends is now singing a different tune. 24-year-old Joycelyn Savage once publicly defended the singer, who is currently in jail on charges of sexually abusing women and girls. But now Savage says she wants to tell the truth about the abuse she suffered on Patreon, a subscription platform that starts at $3 a month for membership. So she says she'll make daily posts about her life with Kelly. So far, she's revealed that the 52-year-old allegedly choked her for not calling him daddy, and she claims he forced her to have an abortion in his home. Joycelyn's parents claimed she was being brainwashed by R. Kelly, but in an interview with Gayle King earlier this year, she stood by her man. Listen.
For our parents, both of our parents are basically out here. They're trying to get money and scam because they didn't agree on what happened, you know, with music or wherever it could be, and they're just very upset.
R. Kelly's attorney issued this statement. It says, quote, "We know the real facts, and it was not until the money ran out that she decided anything was wrong. Hopefully people will see it for the obvious profiteering it is." The docuseries Surviving R. Kelly painted Joycelyn as one of the main women in charge of indoctrinating others into their relationship with R. Kelly. So, Naima, why do you think she is speaking out now?
I do think it's because the money ran out, but that doesn't mean it's not true. I think that part of the agreement that she had with Robert was that she would be taken care of as long as she was loyal to him. He can no longer take care of her. He's been in jail for how many months now? So even though it might seem unseemly to put her story behind like a paywall, it's her story, and she might as well monetize it. I do think that some people are kind of giving it a side eye, but it doesn't mean it's not true. It just means that sis is still out here. She's still isolated from her family. She still needs to take care of herself. And it is her story to give, and people are going to pay for it.
But the fact that she is now changing her story, do you think that casts doubt on her as a victim?
Absolutely. I mean, in my opinion, I wouldn't want to have anything to hear from you because your credibility now is at stakes. One minute you're saying one thing, another minute you're saying something else. At this point, I want to just close the book. Like, we're going to cancel you.
But my thing is, her abuser is behind bars. He can't get to her. And what happens when your abuser is removed from the situation, you can't really... You know what I mean? Like, it's not like R is still here and there and present and in the home. He's gone, and she may realize he's not a threat to her anymore.
Is that the motivation, or is it the money?
I think that it's a combination of the two. I think that she definitely needs a means of support because R. Kelly was her means of support. Abusers isolate. She's isolated from her family. She's isolated from friends. She's not working. She probably has no, skill set to speak of because she's been with him for so long. So she definitely has to fear for herself, but also she's realizing he's not a threat to her anymore.
I think that there's a way for her to be able to get money without necessarily doing it like that.
But how, though?
So, maybe it might be through a book deal, it could be through television, etc. But I don't think that this is the proper medium in order for her to be able to do so.
I can agree with that.
It's almost like subscription trauma. I'll try to say that three times fast next time.
And if you're really trying to seek help and you're really trying to seek justice, this wouldn't be the route that you take. So that's why, again, the credibility, integrity is at stakes here because what's your gain here? Are you really trying to be free?
What's your angle?
You're right. Are you really trying to be free of R. Kelly? Are you trying to start a new life? Are you really trying to be liberated? Or are you just trying to still monetize and get what you were promised from when you started dealing with R. Kelly?
It just doesn't feel right.
Right. So you think the fact that she put it behind a paywall may cast doubt on her intentions?
I think that it definitely it adulterates her intentions to a degree. But again, I'm not taking anything away from her pain. Her pain is her pain. The purpose by which she is doing what she's doing is kind of shady.
I think we just also can't try to judge her by the standards of a normally socialized woman her age because she's not. We don't know where she is emotionally. We don't know where she is in terms of what she understands.
Yeah,
exactly.
She needs therapy. She needs a good old therapist.
Right. It's not exactly like she has a spokesperson who's sitting there saying, let me take you to a literary agent and get you a book deal. She's doing what she can do by herself.
Well, I hope that's what people reach out to her and tell her.
Right.
Like, you don't need a Patreon. You need a therapist. You need to honestly take a back seat from all of this promotion and social media and really deal with the issues that you've been pushing back for a long time now.
Right.
But will it even be enough financially? Because she's got less than 2,000 members on Patreon, and at $3 a month, what can that really be?
Well, it depends on how she set her tiers, because if she's smart, You can get some stories at one tier, and if you want the juicy stuff, you gotta pay like the $100 a month or the $50. I don't know, but I didn't look. But clearly, there's at least members of the press who are paying for this.
I also think that there are interested people who want to hear her story, but they don't want to necessarily hear her story in the way by which she's putting it out there, and by which the way by which we have to pay for it.
But why don't you think people want to hear it that way?
There's just something wrong with it. It just don't feel right. Like I gotta click a subscription and like get a little teaser every single day to, I gotta go through my Instagram feed. I gotta go through my Twitter feed. Then I gotta go over to this website to hear what you gotta say. I'm good.
We scroll
good,
all
girlfriend.
day, every day. It ain't nothing but a blog. People will do it.
But already the details of the story is stuff that like we already know. So that's my issue too. It's problematic because you're like, yeah, and we walked to the store and bought Skittles. It's like since everybody
We already know the man like yellow Skittles. What are you talking
give
about?
us the real. Like, and so that's the issue for me now already. I'm reading an article like, okay, when are you gonna tell us something new, something
I don't think there's
different?
anything new to tell about him. I think we've heard every horrific thing that Robert's done. It's just a matter of him doing it to somebody else.
But does it make the case against him stronger now that one of the main people who defended him is now accusing him?
Not necessarily. I think he's done regardless. You know, it may, like, again, just people have a really twisted sense, not twisted, but people, it's hard for people to understand the mind of a victim, right? Like you said, she's standing by him and now she's not, and she was defending him as early as a few months ago and now she's not. None of us can put ourselves in her shoes and really understand what her thought process is. I don't think she's necessarily trying to get justice. I just think she's trying to use her voice.
Yeah, and it's a degree of Stockholm syndrome as well.
Yeah.
Where she identifies with her captor. She identified with R. Kelly, and she wanted to defend him. That's my boo. That's my bae, and that's part of that trauma, and it informs that. But and I dig all that portion of it. She needs Ayanna to fix her life.
That's what she need to get them coins. See
Exactly.
What
Yeah. Go on, Ayanna, fix my life, and then everything else is going to be good.
She needs somebody to guide her through that, and she probably doesn't trust anybody.
Well, whether you believe Joycelyn or not, everyone has the right to tell their story, and in 2019, there are many ways to do just that. You just watched a clip from the show that covers the culture like no other. For every episode, I assemble a panel of thinkers, activists, celebs, and outspoken experts to give us their unfiltered opinions on the topics that matter to Black America. This is elevated, intelligent, and uncensored discussion, representing every perspective. The conversations we have when we're the only ones in the room. No topic is off limits. We're not afraid to go there, and we do it all live, 5 days a week. Join me here every weekday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And don't forget to subscribe and follow us on social media at twitter.com/Marlie Show. It's The Marlie Show. There's nothing else like it.